In the next 30 minutes someone will mention you, and it will shift everything in the spirit realm. There are moments in your life that look ordinary on the surface but tremble with prophetic weight in the spirit. And this, child of the Most High, is one of those moments. Archangel Michael stands now in divine alignment with your path, watching closely as heaven prepares to respond to what is being whispered, uttered, and spoken into the atmosphere, using your name. This is not a coincidence. This is not light. This is not small. This is not a fleeting ripple on the surface. This is a tremor in the spirit realm, a spiritual transaction about to unfold in the next 30 minutes. Someone, whether in love, jealousy, concern, or confusion, is about to mention your name. And when they do, a door will shift, a veil will lift, and a chain will break or form. Which one it will be depends not only on what is spoken, but also on your alignment in this very moment. Your name carries weight in the supernatural, and when it is spoken, angels take note. Demons shudder. Entities shift. Assignments activate. The mention of your name, in this very hour, is not happening in isolation. It is echoing across dimensions. Someone is about to speak about you, and Archangel Michael declares with fierce authority, heaven has been waiting for this mention, for in it lies exposure, elevation, and an unlocking of long-awaited clarity. There are conversations happening where your presence is absent but your purpose is still at the center. Words are being formed, choices are being influenced, and energies are being stirred, and you, beloved one, are the spark. This mention is not just idle talk. It is a spiritual alarm clock ringing across realms. It is a key being turned. It is the beginning of something you prayed for and feared at the same time. The very thing you thought was delayed is now being delivered in disguise. Not every mention of your name is wrapped in malice. Some are soaked in divine orchestration, but others are laced with manipulation, curiosity, or envy. The spirit realm does not sleep. It observes. It records. It responds. In the next 30 minutes, your name will fall from someone's lips. It may be quiet, casual, or coded, but make no mistake, it will summon a response. And when it does, heaven will act. Archangel Michael is already standing at the intersection of the spoken and the spiritual, guarding your destiny with sword in hand. You must stay alert. You must stay grounded. And above all, you must understand that what is coming is no longer waiting. Type "I am ready" in the comments if you receive this message. Lesson code 444 is already unlocking gates over your life. Archangel Michael says, prepare your soul. Something sacred is shifting in your atmosphere. Child of destiny, Archangel Michael has stepped forward. He has drawn his sword not in haste but in holy purpose. He has moved into your timeline because the heavens have detected movement, a sound, a name, your name, echoing in the atmosphere. In the next 30 minutes, someone will speak your name into the physical realm, and when that vibration hits the spirit world, everything will shift. Everything. There are no accidents in this season of your life. There are no random conversations. There are no idle mentions. When your name is spoken, heaven listens. When your name is spoken, spirits react. When your name is spoken, doors either open or close. And Archangel Michael is not waiting until later. He says, now is the moment. This is the hour. Prepare. You are being summoned into divine readiness, because this is not just a shift, it is an unveiling. This message is not for the curious. This is for the called. This is for the one whose name hath been marked by God and marred by man. This is for the one who has been hidden, forgotten, or falsely labeled, because now, even in your absence, your name is walking into rooms your feet have yet to enter. Someone is mentioning you, and their words are calling something out of the shadows. Whether they intend to lift you or mock you, it doesn't matter. Your time has become a tool, and heaven has authorized the use. In the next 30 minutes, the air around you will feel different. Because it is. Energetic waves are already rolling toward you. Spiritual wind is carrying your essence, and the response of the spirit realm is being arranged now. There is an urgency resting on this message because this is a divine collision point. The atmosphere is dense with decisions. The timing is exact. The veil is thin, and Archangel Michael does not visit without reason. He comes with dominion. He comes with warning. He comes with a sword. His message is clear. Stay still, but stay awake. Speak less, but pray more. Do not rush into reaction, for what is spoken of you will be responded to by forces greater than you. You are under divine watch. Your name is sealed. And yet, the spirit realm is trembling, not because of who is speaking, but because of who you are. You may not feel it yet. You may not see it. But you must believe it. Because what's being said will pull you either forward or backward. Someone is mentioning you in love, in anger, in nostalgia, or even in dissection. But none of those intentions matter more than heaven's reaction. And heaven is reacting. Archangel Michael says your timeline is intersecting with divine orchestration. Their mention is not theirs alone. It is being permitted by God. You must understand this. What they say about you will summon a shift, but what you do about it will determine how it lands. So breathe deep. Still your spirit. Do not panic. Do not overthink. Do not lean into your old ways. This is a spiritual hour, and those who are wise in spirit will walk away with favor. What's said in the natural will not be wasted. It will be converted. Archangel Michael is moving with urgency because your response posture matters. He is reminding you that heaven's protocol is stillness, not reaction. Your strength is not in proving, posting, or protesting. It is in perceiving, praying, and protecting your energy. You are not a victim in this moment. You are a vessel, and the spirit realm recognizes the weight of your name. What the enemy meant for confusion, God is using for clarification. What was meant to block you will build you. And the one who speaks your name, whether in praise or in petness, will unknowingly participate in your promotion. Let heaven handle the logistics. You just handle your posture. For in the next 30 minutes, the words spoken will form bridges or walls, and you are about to cross into something new. Type I am protected in the comments to activate divine guardianship over your name. Blessing number 777 is being assigned to your name right now. A conversation is happening behind your back, but heaven hears every word. In the quiet of your day, as you go about your routine, unaware of the whispers that thread through rooms you've never entered, there is a conversation taking place. A conversation that carries weight, even when it seems light. Archangel Michael is here to tell you this. Someone has mentioned your name, or they are about to, and it isn't just a casual remark. No, this is a spiritually charged moment. And though you are not in the room, your name is sitting in the center like a stone in still water, sending out ripples that disturb dimensions. Someone thinks they understand your story. Someone believes they've figured you out. But what they don't realize is that they're speaking into a mystery they cannot comprehend. They are toying with destiny as if it's gossip, and heaven is not amused. Your name has become a point of interest for reasons they cannot even fully explain. They may say it with a smirk. They may drop it into a sentence like it means nothing. But in the realm of the spirit, that name, your name, is sacred. And Archangel Michael says, what they are speaking about, even in shadows, has activated spiritual motion. Because your silence, your stillness, your non-reaction has left them confused. They can't figure out why you're unbothered, why you didn't explain, why you didn't fall apart. And so, they've invented a narrative to fill in the gaps. They've taken fragments of truth and fused them with assumptions. But hear this now, heaven knows the truth. And the truth is getting ready to defend itself in your favor. There's a certain tension in the air around you, isn't there? A subtle energy you can't quite name. A feeling that someone is misinterpreting your silence, your growth, your change. You are not wrong to feel it. A tension is real. Someone is dissecting your absence, labeling it as arrogance or indifference, when really, it's protection. You were pulled away from the noise not because you were weak, but because you were being positioned for strength. You were hidden to be preserved. But now, because they can't read the silence, they've filled it with suspicion. They don't understand that the version of you they once knew has evolved, and their language hasn't evolved with it. Archangel Michael speaks with authority. Someone is trying to solve the riddle of your resilience, and their misunderstanding is creating spiritual interference. You feel it in the odd glances, and the soul shade, in the moments that should have felt safe, but somehow didn't. What they've uncovered is not the full story. It's a partial truth twisted by emotional projections. They don't see the oil on your life. They only see the shifts you've made. They don't know the cost of your anointing. They only notice the distance you've placed. And because of that, they've chosen to talk. But heaven will not let those words go unchecked. This disruption is emotional, yes, but more than that, it is spiritual. Because every word spoken about you has weight. And heaven has weighed their words. Your name is being discussed in the presence of confusion, but clarity is coming. Your energy is being pulled into conversations with people who can't even handle the depth of your calling. And yet, this is part of the divine setup. Their words will stir the winds, but God will redirect the storm. The truth has a mouth, and it will speak when needed. So do not fear this moment. Archangel Michael declares that what is being said behind closed doors is not greater than what is being declared over you in the heavens. The betrayal, the assumptions, the secret criticisms, they are not strong enough to destroy your foundation. You are not shaken by their confusion, because clarity is your inheritance. And soon, the ones who misread you will see the truth unfold before their eyes. They will witness the fruit of what they tried to curse. They will watch your life contradict every lie spoken. There's a mystery surrounding you. You've outgrown the box they tried to keep you in. You've ascended in silence, and that silence is now louder than their words. Let them speak. Let them guess. Let them misread. Because the moment they open their mouths, they set in motion a divine unraveling, and Archangel Michael is overseeing every word. Your peace is your prophecy. Your stillness is your strength. And your truth is getting ready to walk into the room without you having to say a thing. Type "I am the truth" they couldn't see in the comments. Blessing code 888 is being sealed over your identity now. This isn't personal, it's spiritual. Shadows are reacting to your light. Archangel Michael stands firm now, sword drawn and presence aflame, to declare a deeper truth. This moment, this mention, this conflict, this tension, it's not what it appears to be. What you are experiencing is not simply human misunderstanding. is not just gossip or envy or casual talk. No, child of divine destiny, this is a spiritual reaction to your ascension. This is not about personality. This is about presence. This is not about what they think of you. It's about what your existence disrupts in them. The mention of your name stirred more than their curiosity. It stirred the very shadows that have grown comfortable in their false sense of control. And now, those shadows are panicking. You have become an alarm in the realm of the spirit. Your light has activated a ripple. Your obedience has shaken things. Your transition has summoned attention not only from those who love you but also from those who were secretly hoping you'd stay small. And so, as Archangel Michael watches from the heavenly dimension, he reminds you, this is warfare disguised as conversation. This is spiritual territory being marked. Your name is not just being spoken in rooms, it is being contested in realms. And yet, you are not unguarded. You are not vulnerable. You are not alone. Your presence disrupts comfort zones. Your light exposes what was once hidden. And those who were comfortable in dysfunction, in superiority, in control, they feel it. They feel the change. They feel the strength you walk in now. They feel the elevation. And even if they don't understand it consciously, their spirits do. That is why you've been under silent attack. That is why the atmosphere feels tight. That is why your name is being stirred like a storm behind closed doors. Because you've stepped into a vibration they never expected you to carry. Archangel Michael says this conflict is sacred. Heaven has permitted it, not to punish you, but to prove you. The words spoken about you, the misinterpretations, the silent judgments, they are not stumbling blocks. They are altars. Altars upon which heaven will place its proof, its power, and its protection over you. This is not the hour to question why they don't see you rightly. This is the hour to understand that your calling blinds the ones who refuse to grow. This is not betrayal, it's revelation. And in this revelation, God is separating the authentic from the opportunistic, the loyal from the lurking. The conversations are only happening because you've risen. They wouldn't speak if you weren't glowing. They wouldn't gather in secret if your name didn't carry weight. You're not being attacked because you're weak. You're being observed because you're breaking patterns. Your silence is louder than their schemes. Your obedience is louder than their opinions. And Archangel Michael reminds you, heaven responds to posture, not panic. This spiritual battle is being fought in your honor, not for revenge but for revelation. You've been anointed to upset systems. And when systems are shaken, voices rise, not to bless but to resist. And even that resistance serves a purpose. Every lie spoken is becoming a ladder. Every assumption is becoming a stage. Every whisper is becoming a witness to your rising. You are no longer a threat because of what you say. You are a threat because of who you are becoming in silence. They've mistaken your peace for weakness. They've mistaken your absence for defeat. But they have no idea that the Spirit has kept you hidden because it was safer that way. For them. Archangel Michael sees the conflict. He sees the spiritual murmurs. He sees the plans formed in quiet hearts and whispered tones. And he is not afraid. He is not confused. He is not reactive. He is strategic. And he's guarding you. He's stationed at the edge of your calling, protecting your name with fire. The enemy wants to bait you into reacting. The enemy wants you to believe you must defend yourself. But the Spirit says, stand still. Be silent. Be separate. Let the heavens handle what human tongues have tried to destroy. Your name was built for battle. Your calling is not fragile. Your purpose is not up for debate. And the next 30 minutes may usher in misunderstanding, but they will also usher in divine movement. The conflict they began will become the confirmation you needed. And as the light continues to rise within you, so too will the resistance, but greater still will be the covering above you. You are not fighting alone. You are not misunderstood by heaven. You are not lost in confusion. You are held, known, and guarded. Type I am covered in the comments to activate divine authority over your identity. Blessing code 999 is now sealing you in supernatural light. They are about to move, but heaven already knows. The next 30 minutes will determine everything. Archangel Michael now raises his voice, not in panic, but in power. He speaks not only to warn, but to prepare. This moment you are standing in is a hinge in time. It is the space between the spoken and the manifested, the whispered and the revealed. Someone has already thought the words. Someone has already prepared their version of the story. And now, in the next 30 minutes, they will act. Whether it be a message, a post, a glance, a subtle move of energy, or a bold attempt to stir conflict, there is movement coming. And this movement has spiritual roots. What looks like a casual outreach may actually be a calculated attempt to pull you into a battle you've already won in silence. What feels like a random encounter may actually be a well-disguised trap designed to provoke you out of alignment. Archangel Michael warns, be still but be aware. Be quiet but be alert. There is someone who has already rehearsed how they will bring your name into a conversation again. Not to honor you, but to test you. Not to celebrate you, but to spin a version of the truth that fits their comfort. They've been twisting facts in private, writing your character in the shadows. And now, they're ready to go public, but heaven sees every hidden motive. The next 30 minutes are not about fear. They are about clarity. This is the final stretch before a shift in perception. And heaven needs your posture, not your panic. You are not being thrown into chaos. You are being watched to see if you are ready to carry what comes next. This is not about them sending a message. It's about whether you will respond in flesh or stand in spirit. They are trying to bait you, trying to trigger the old version of you. But you're not there anymore. That you no longer exists. You've evolved. You've ascended. You've moved into a realm where noise cannot penetrate the peace God has established within you. And yet, they will try. They will attempt to confront you through indirect comments, unnecessary shade, or unexpected outreach disguised as reconciliation. But Archangel Michael says, not all apologies are pure. Not all inquiries are innocent. Not all reappearances are redemption. Some are distractions, dangerous, draining distractions sent to knock you off your throne. The enemy knows he cannot touch your future, so he is targeting your focus. He wants to rattle you with words. He wants to shake you with the possibility of betrayal. He wants to make you feel like you need to respond. But your silence is not weakness. It is warfare. Your discernment is not distance. It is defense. You do not need to clap back. You do not need to explain. You do not need to react. You only need to recognize. The spiritual alert has already been sounded. The angelic guards have already been deployed. Your only role is to remain in alignment. This next movement, this confrontation, this message, this act, will test your maturity. Archangel Michael sees the ambush ahead, and he has already routed your energy. You will feel the tension. You may feel the urge to say something, to set the record straight, to clear your name. But he reminds you, God is your defender. Truth walks on its own. And the louder they shout, the more their motives will reveal themselves. Your plot will expose their posture, and your restraint will crown your authority. Heaven is watching not just what they do, but what you choose to do in response. Because this is the moment that proves if your growth is rooted or just rehearsed. There is something sacred in the space between their attempt and your reaction. That space is where the shift happens. That space is where angels move. That space is where battles are won. And if you stay in peace, if you remain grounded, what they meant to provoke will only produce your promotion. Let them type. Let them text. Let them twist. Let them talk. Your plan has already unraveled in heaven's courtroom. Your motives are already on trial, and their attack will turn into evidence that you've outgrown their level. Archangel Michael is not asking you to defend yourself. He's asking you to remain who God called you to be, unshaken, unmoved, and utterly untouchable. You are not in danger. You are in transition. You are not under attack. You are under transformation. The storm they are trying to create will not touch you. In fact, it will turn them toward their own reflection, and they will see that what they tried to break has only become brighter. The next 30 minutes will determine everything, not because of what they say, but because of what you choose to withhold. That is power. That is strategy. That is growth. Type "I will not be moved" in the comments. Blessing code 1212 is circling your spirit right now. Elevation is underway. Let heaven fight for you. Your stillness is your strength. Your silence is sacred. Archangel Michael now leans in closer, not to strike, but to shield. His wings spread wide, not to intimidate, but to protect. He speaks softly, yet with unshakable authority, and he declares this truth over your soul. You are not to fight this battle with your words. You are not to meet noise with noise. You are not to step down from your place of peace to entertain confusion. The enemy is loud. The enemy is cunning. The enemy wants reaction. But your response is not required. Your response is your stillness. Your response is your refusal to descend into the pit of performance. And heaven is not just watching, it is fighting. Every word spoken against you is being recorded. Every plan made behind your back is being intercepted. Every whisper, every rumor, every projection has already been filtered through the hand of God. And nothing that is not meant for you will reach you. You must understand, beloved one, that the greatest weapons in this war are not made of steel or flame. They are made of stillness, silence, and surrender. The spirit realm does not respond to chaos with chaos. It responds with clarity. That is why the enemy fears your peace. That is why this attack is so subtle, so social, so psychological. They want you to believe you must do more, say more, explain more. But Archangel Michael commands otherwise. He commands rest. He commands detachment. He commands divine focus. You are not here to convince the wrong ones of your worth. You are not here to prove what has already been approved in heaven. You are not here to repeat yourself to people who have already chosen to misunderstand you. Someone is speaking your name with mixed motives. Someone is preparing to say something that carries your vibration. But you must resist the urge to confront. You must resist the temptation to respond. That response belongs to God now. What happens next is no longer your assignment. The mention of your name has activated angelic motion, and you are under spiritual surveillance. Your name is holy. Your name is protected. And anyone who tries to manipulate it, twist it, or exploit it will have to face the divine consequences. Not because you curse them, but because you didn't. Archangel Michael says your silence is your sword. It cuts deeper than any reply. It slices through manipulation, through confusion, through spiritual fog. And when you choose silence, you choose sanctity. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. This is not avoidance. This is ascension. You are operating on a higher frequency now, and not everyone will understand it. Not everyone will celebrate it. But heaven does. Heaven sees your restraint. Heaven sees your discipline. Heaven sees your heart trying not to lash out, not to defend, not to react. And heaven will reward that posture with peace, with clarity, with unexplainable favor. Stay grounded. Anchor yourself in truth. Return to prayer, not pettiness. Return to worship, not warfare. Let them say what they will. Let them project what they want. You do not belong in their frequency anymore. You do not need to descend to their level to demonstrate your light. Archangel Michael reminds you, the light never explains itself to the darkness. It just shines. And that's all you must do. Keep shining. Keep rising. Keep glowing. Even if they try to cast shadows around you, they cannot cover what heaven has already lit. This is your instruction. Remain quiet. Remain consistent. Remain unmoved. Do not apologize for outgrowing the conversation. Do not shrink to make others feel comfortable with your growth. Do not entertain dialogue that disturbs your peace. You are not required to return energy that is meant to drain you. You are not obligated to meet them where they fell. Stay where God raised you. Stay where peace reigns. Let heaven speak for you. Let grace walk ahead of you. Let angels answer what your mouth does not need to. This is not a warning. This is a protection plan. And Archangel Michael is executing it now. He is surrounding your atmosphere. He is placing a shield around your name. He is placing a sword between you and the source of the noise. And when your name is mentioned next, when it is carried through the atmosphere, it will not return to you with chaos. It will return to you with clarity. It will return with confirmation. Because you chose to stand still when everything in you wanted to fight. And that stillness has become your divine strategy. Type "I choose stillness" in the comments. Blessing code 3131 is now forming a heavenly wall of peace around your name and path. You're no longer who they thought you were. They can't touch what God has sealed. The energy has shifted. The moment is near. Archangel Michael stands with fire in his eyes and certainty in his voice. He speaks now not to warn, but to awaken. You are stepping out of the fog. You are stepping out of the narrative they tried to write for you. The names they called you no longer fit. The assumptions they held no longer apply. The version of you they whispered about has been buried. That old identity, the one they thought they could mock, manage, manipulate, is gone. You've risen. You've evolved. You've been refined. And now, the spiritual realm is making an announcement. You are not just walking into power, you have become power. What once hurt you will now serve you. What once confused you will now confirm you. The betrayal, the gossip, the misunderstanding, it was all a setup for this unveiling. Archangel Michael says this is the hour of revelation, not just for your enemies, but for you. You are about to see just how far you've come. You are about to feel just how strong your silence has made you. You are about to understand that everything you lost was preparing you for everything you're about to walk into. This is no longer about who tried to break you. This is about who you've become because of it. And the spiritual realm is echoing with the sound of promotion. the sound of rising, the sound of reclamation. They spoke your name to control you, to reduce you, to limit you. But your name is now sealed by fire. The heavens have stamped it. The angels have circled it. And not one tongue raised against it shall prosper. You are no longer in the realm of defense. You are in the realm of dominion. And every word they spoke, every plan they plotted, every lie they whispered has become the bricks beneath your feet. You are standing on what they tried to bury you with. The very soil meant to conceal you is now revealing you. The ashes they left you and have turned into the altar God is now elevating you from. Archangel Michael speaks clearly. You have crossed a spiritual line. You are no longer easy to access. You are no longer emotionally available to the same attacks. You are no longer the one explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You are not their lesson. You are not their warning. You are their reminder that divine favor cannot be manipulated, that chosen vessels don't need permission to rise, that sealed purposes cannot be silenced by public opinion. You are no longer reachable through the same tactics. Heaven has routed your access. Your elevation has created divine interference, and those trying to reach you with malice will only find confusion. You have become the storm they tried to summon. You have become the fire they tried to tame. You have become the peace they cannot disturb. Let them talk. Let them wonder. Let them spin their stories. You are no longer in the crowd. They are watching from below as you ascend in clarity, in favor, in spiritual fire. You have nothing left to prove. And Archangel Michael wants you to remember this. You were not sent here to explain your purpose. You were sent here to embody it. This is your shift. This is your confirmation. This is the divine reversal you prayed for but didn't see coming. God is elevating you not just to be seen, but to be unreachable to the things that used to derail you. The old cycle is broken. The old response pattern is dead. You are not who they remember, and you will never be again. You are walking into rooms their gossip was never meant to follow. You are receiving blessings their projections cannot block. You are carrying a vibration that their envy cannot touch. Because what God sealed, man cannot steal. Your name is not just mentioned, it is marked. It is remembered in heaven. And soon, it will be remembered on earth in ways they never imagined. The shift has occurred. You are in it now. This is not preparation. This is manifestation. And you are the proof that silence builds strength, that stillness opens gates, and that purpose uplives opinion. You are not the reaction. They expected you to break. But you are the revelation they didn't see coming. Type I am untouchable in the comments to seal your identity in divine fire. Blessing code 1444 is now covering your rise. Someone will come forward with the truth. Peace will arrive in unexpected ways. There is a divine hush resting over your timeline now. Not silence as in emptiness, but silence as in sacred expectancy. Archangel Michael has stood guard through your name's mention, through the mystery and the misinterpretation, through the warfare and restraint, and now the heavens are ready to deliver the shift. You have waited. You have endured. You have walked in wisdom when chaos surrounded you. And now, the spiritual realm responds, not with delay, but with divine reward. This is the moment the Spirit of truth begins to move. The words spoken in darkness are being dragged into the light. The false stories are being unraveled. The truth that you thought might never be revealed, it's coming forward. And it's coming from unexpected lips. Someone who once participated in the confusion is about to bring forth clarity. Not because you asked them to. Not because you chased after their conscience. but because heaven has pricked their spirit, and the truth has become too heavy to hold. Archangel Michael says a release is coming, and it will begin through the very vessels that once tried to bind you. They will speak, not to damage, but to dismantle the lies. They will confess, not to gain your approval, but because the weight of deception can no longer coexist with your light. Their words will shift the air. Their confessions will cause ripple, and your name will be lifted, not by force, but by the unseen hand of divine orchestration. This is where everything transforms. The spiritual momentum has reached its threshold. What began as gossip is now being dismantled by glory. What was meant to discredit you is now drawing eyes to your strength. Those who questioned your silence will witness your harvest. Those who doubted your direction will watch your elevation. Archangel Michael proclaims this. This is the final test before your manifestation. You have passed not because you fought, but because you did not. You have graduated in the spirit because you chose alignment over argument, purpose over performance, and peace over proving. And now, the gates are opening. You are being ushered into a season of divine recompense. Not just blessings that others can see, but inner peace that surpasses understanding. There is restoration coming to your name. There is honor coming to the spaces where you were dishonored. There is revelation flowing into the very rooms where you were once reduced. And all of it is coming without you having to orchestrate a single thing. Heaven is handling the press release. Angels are overseeing the restoration. And the Spirit is flooding your atmosphere with a new grace, one that silences your enemies without you lifting a word. This is not revenge. This is redemption. This is not exposure for exposure's sake. It's a reset of the narrative. The truth is being restored. But more than that, your peace is being restored. You are going to wake up lighter. You are going to walk softer. You are going to breathe deeper. The spiritual weight has lifted because the transaction in the unseen realm has been completed. The voice that mentioned you with the wrong heart has now triggered a righteous shift. And that shift is the answer to prayers you forgot you even prayed. Archangel Michael confirms peace is coming in unexpected ways. Not through loud declarations or public apologies, but through divine reversals and supernatural vindication. People who once doubted you will begin to feel convicted. Environments that once rejected you will no longer hold power, and you will no longer carry the residue of accusation. You will walk forward clean. Free. The narrative has changed. The realm has shifted, and your name, once spoken in misunderstanding, has now been spoken in divine remembrance. This is your prophetic resolution. Your transformation is complete. What once wounded you now becomes your witness. The pain they caused now becomes your platform. The confusion they stirred now becomes your confirmation. And the heavens are not just watching, they are rejoicing. For you have proven that you are not led by ego, but by elevation. You are not moved by the crowd, but by the cloud. And because of that, every blessing attached to this test is now being loosed into your life. Type "I receive my peace" in the comments to open the gates of resolution. Blessing code 5555 is now falling like rain over your destiny. The moment has come to align your voice with heaven. Your agreement activates the shift. Now that the veil has been lifted and the truth has begun its sacred march into your atmosphere, Archangel Michael steps forward, not with a sword this time, but with a scroll. On it is written your name. On it is engraved your decision. Heaven has acted. The spirit realm has shifted. And now, child of divine assignment, the next movement is yours. This is no longer just about what was said about you. It is about what you choose to say over you. The authority in your mouth matters now. The alignment of your heart and your voice has never been more crucial. You are not a spectator to this spiritual reversal. You are a co-creator, a vessel through which heaven will complete the work it started. But you must respond. You must declare. You must affirm what God is doing in the unseen by participating with full faith in the seen. Archangel Michael says, "The blessing has been spoken, but the seal is awaiting your yes." That yes may come in the form of a prayer. It may come through a declaration. It may come through a quiet, steady agreement deep within your soul. But it must come. What you affirm now becomes the foundation for the next move. This is not about emotional hype. It's about divine alignment. And alignment begins when you say, "I believe." Heaven is listening. The spirit realm is waiting. Your angels are standing in position. All they need is your agreement, because your voice carries the resonance of destiny. When you speak, the realm responds. When you type, you signal heaven. When you lift your head and declare, "This word was for me," you place your name on the spiritual contract that was just unsealed. The battle was heavy. The words spoken about you tried to create weight in your spirit. But now, it is your words that must carry weight. Declare over yourself, "I am not what they said. I am who God says I am." Speak it again. "My name is protected. My path is aligned. My purpose is unfolding." These words are not empty. They are keys. They are triggers. They are supernatural passwords that unlock the gates of divine favor. Archangel Michael insists, this shift will not be passive. It must be embraced. It must be activated. And it begins now, with your voice. There are no spectators in spiritual warfare, only participants. And you, chosen one, have already proven your endurance. You have already passed the test of silence. Now pass the test of declaration. The one who rises in silence must also rise in spirit. Speak as though heaven hears, because it does. Speak as though the earth will respond, because it will. Speak as though the chains are breaking as you type, because they are. This is your moment. You not let it pass with a whisper of doubt. Let it thunder with belief. Let it shake your own atmosphere. Let your family hear it in your tone. Let your spirit hear it in your prayers. Let your enemies hear it in your endurance. Say it again. "This was for me." Say it again. "I receive my shift. I welcome my clarity. I walk in peace." Archangel Michael's voice now joins yours. He speaks your name before the throne. He declares it with fire. And every word that has ever been spoken against you is now falling powerless in the presence of divine confirmation. You are being rewritten in the minds of those who once misstudied you, not because of what you explained, but because of what God exposed. And now, heaven needs your voice to complete the echo. Declare your freedom. Declare your authority. Declare your arrival into this new spiritual space. And if this message resonated with your soul, if it confirmed what you could not put into words, if it felt like heaven was speaking directly into your inner world, consider sowing a seed of appreciation. A super thanks of $20 can help us continue creating messages just like this. Words that reach, heal, and restore. Your support fuels this prophetic flow. It's never required, but always felt deeply and honored gratefully. Thank you for being part of something sacred. Type "I align with heaven" in the comments right now. Blessing code 1010 is completing the divine cycle over your life. You are light in human form. They tried to break you, but only revealed your power. Archangel Michael stands now in the full radiance of divine victory, and he lifts his sword not in preparation for battle, but in triumph. He lifts it to you, to honor the journey you've walked, to acknowledge the strength you've carried, and to declare the eternal truth that nothing, no whisper, no shadow, no word, has the power to diminish the light that now burns within you. This is not the end, child of God. This is the beginning of the full manifestation of your purpose. The battles you faced, the misunderstandings you've endured, the emotional warfare you've carried, these are not markers of your weakness. These are the very symbols of your power. Because when the enemy tried to dim your light, all they did was make it shine brighter. Do you realize the magnitude of what you have just stepped into? The spiritual realm has witnessed your endurance, your silence, and your restraint. And heaven is responding, not in small ways, but in ways that will astound you. Every person who misunderstood you will begin to see you in a new light. Every circumstance that tried to limit you will now become the launching pad for your next level. Archangel Michael speaks this powerful truth over your life today. You are not just a survivor. You are a conqueror. You are not just a victim of misunderstanding. You are a victor over every lie ever spoken against you. You are the one who rose in silence. You are the one who rose in stillness. You are the one who stood firm when everyone else was collapsing around you. And now, because you've endured the spiritual fire, the gold in you shines brighter. The clarity in you is sharper. The favor on you is undeniable. Archangel Michael declares over your soul that you have become what your enemies could never understand. You have become the very proof of God's power. You have become the manifestation of everything they tried to destroy. And now you stand unshaken, unbroken, untouchable. You are no longer defined by the whispers of man, but by the word of God. And that word declares that you are chosen, you are called, you are anointed. The enemy's whispers were never stronger than your silence. The false narratives they created could not outshine the truth that God has written over your life. Every plot meant to derail you has only driven you further into divine alignment. Archangel Michael reminds you of this undeniable truth. You are light in human form. They tried to break you, but all they revealed was your power. Now, as this message draws to a close, let it resonate in your spirit. You are the revelation. You are the breakthrough. You are the one who has risen from the ashes, not to become who they said you were, but to become who God always knew you were. This is your moment. This is your season. And heaven is rejoicing with you, for the silence you endured has now birthed a powerful truth. Your destiny is not based on their opinions. Your victory is not defined by their understanding. You have walked into a space where only heaven's voice matters. You have walked into a space where no word spoken by man can undo what God has done in your life. And so, child of God, rise. Rise with authority. Rise with purpose. Rise with the understanding that nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop the divine movement on your life. Now, type "I am the revelation" in the comments and receive the full affirmation of your rise. Blessing code 2222 is completing its cycle of restoration and divine empowerment over you. You are now unshaken, unyielding, and unstoppable. This is your affirmation. This is your confirmation. Heaven is with you. And now, child of the Most High, you walk in victory.